Hello my friends and welcome back to the rabbit hole. Today's video is going to be all about the most hyped skincare at Sephora. My goal in today's video is to talk to you guys about the best-selling skincare products listed on the Sephora website and tell you if I agree with them, my own personal experiences with them, and if I have better recommendations. Now this video is in celebration of the Sephora VIB sale, so I will have all of the information about that sale listed in the description box below, as well as timestamps to different sections, as well as links to all of the products that I talk about. If you are planning on making a purchase, please do know that clicking my links helps this channel out immensely, even more so in this current moment, and I'd like to have a short little intro updates for those of you that are my subscribers. If you don't want to hear this nor the disclaimers, skip to this timestamp. Okay, so how to phrase this? Hurricane Zeta happened and it sucked. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you saw a little tiny sliver of the trials and tribulations that follow a hurricane. You know, it's not necessarily the time frame in which the hurricane hits that sucks, it's the aftermath. And I know the path of the storm extended all the way up to North Carolina. There were a lot of people that were without power, and it is very difficult to be without power. So I'm going to have some resources in the description box below if you would like to donate to anybody who's suffered through this time. But just so you guys know, we are okay. Everybody survived, and it's amazing how the community comes together. That's one thing I have to say about New Orleans. The people here really care about their neighbors, and it's a great thing to see. But getting back to the topic of skincare, I do need to have a quick disclaimer for this video. This is going to be all my own opinions, and you know, anytime you're talking about skincare, I think that your skin type, your preferences, your needs all play into whether or not you personally enjoy a product. But of course, one person saying that they don't like a product doesn't mean that a product is just bad and you shouldn't use it. It just means that one person did not enjoy that product. One of the biggest reasons why I do shop at Sephora for skincare is the convenience and ease of being able to make a return or an exchange if a product doesn't work out for you. And combining that with up to 20% off makes it a really good time to try some skincare products that you've been curious about, but a little bit less committal about if they don't work out. And of course, one more thing, you guys know how much I love your feedback in the comment section below. So if you disagree with me or if you agree with me, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comment section below, as it helps everybody in this quest of finding the perfect skincare products for us. Alright, I think that's enough of an intro because I have a feeling this is still going to be a bit of a long video. What I'm going to be doing is going through each section, and like I said, I'm going to be talking about the best-selling product according to Sephora. Now this does shift, so I will not be surprised if by the time I get this video up, it's a different product in first place. But at the time that I made this list, these were all of the best sellers, which was about a week ago, and I'll be putting them all up on the screen just to keep this video going faster, more for me actually, so I'm not hopping up and down grabbing products. But anyway, let's go ahead and start with the category of cleansing. And the first subcategory here is general face cleanser, and it is either the best or the absolute worst place to start this video because that best-selling product, according to Sephora, is the Youth to the People Superfood Face Cleanser. If you are a subscriber, you know how I feel about this product because I did do a review of Youth to the People earlier this year, and basically, I think it's overhyped. And let me tell you about the backlash that I faced for having that opinion. Oh my goodness. Here's my theory on why this product is so popular and yet why there are some people who do disagree with me. I think this really all comes down to skin type. You know, I'm somebody who has a much more dry skin type, And it seems to me that the people who are saying this is their holy grail cleanser have a little bit more of an oily skin type. See, the thing is, in the skincare world for years, if you had oily skin, you were handed all these really drying products to just dry out every last bit of oil in your skin. And I think a lot of them were way too harsh. So along came youth to the people with this not stripping, antioxidant-rich cleanser, and people with oily skin were going, oh, this is what my skin can feel like after cleansing. It doesn't have to feel so dry. But nonetheless, and oh my gosh, this is the problem with hype, I think that when oily skinned people were saying, this is my new holy grail, dry skinned people heard that and said, oh, I gotta go try this, but it's still a little bit dry for dry skin types. So for me, my pick here would be the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser, which is the same cleanser I said was my favorite cleanser of 2019 for dry skin. I absolutely love that cleanser. I've purchased it several times. I've received it in PR. I absolutely love that cleanser as it is just not at all drying on my dry skin. Next category is exfoliant, and for this category, I think I agree, which is hilarious because 1 month ago, I might not have. But anyway, according to Sephora, the best-selling exfoliant is the Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant. Now, story time for you guys. I took a little sample size of this that I received from Ulta in the diamond gift bag on the 10x points day. I got a little sample of that, so I took that camping with us a couple of weeks ago, and while I was there camping, I was using this going, why have I not been using this? This is an incredible cleanser. It's a powder cleanser, kind of like the Tatcha powder cleanser, but it does actually maintain those kind of grits to it that you have with a lot of other exfoliators, so it's actually a joy to use. It's not drying, it exfoliates your skin well. I was very happy with it. I do feel like I've recently rediscovered Dermalogica, who for a while in the skincare world hasn't been that popular as they used to use a lot of essential oils, but they're changing their direction. It made me revisit them, and I'm telling you, this is actually a fantastic product. However, I will be fair here because, like I said, if this was only 1 month ago, I would have told you a different exfoliator, and the one I would have said is none other than Lancer's The Polish. If for no other reason than because Lancer's The Method program kind of changed my entire perspective on the category of physical exfoliators. Reading his book was very enlightening, and I highly recommend it if you are a skincare enthusiast. But yeah, both of those are great options. Next category is makeup remover, and I find this so hilarious because according to Sephora, the best-selling makeup remover is the favorite cleanser that I listed earlier. It's the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. That is not what I think the best makeup remover is. That fresh cleanser can remove light makeup, no problem, but if you wear heavy makeup, I mean, some of you already know exactly what direction I'm gonna go in with this. I absolutely would say a cleansing balm is more ideal, something like, say, the Pharmacy Green Clean. On the other hand, if you wear very heavy makeup, Lancome's Bifacil, that has been a product that's existed for ages, and it removes absolutely everything. I gotta say, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this one just because I feel like I'm so predictable. If you are a subscriber, you know that that is the way that I remove my makeup. So let's move on to the next category. They have the category of toner next, but they also have toner and mist elsewhere on the Sephora website. I'm not really sure why there's two different groups, but anyway, as far as toner, they say the best-selling is The Ordinary's Glycolic 7% Toner. Now, I agree that that is a great toner, but as I've discovered for my own skin, I have to be a little more careful with AHAs than some other people. I cannot use them daily or it actually causes issues on my skin. I might damage my moisture barrier. I have a video about that if you're interested. So for me, I'm actually going to say the Indie Lee CoQ10 Toner. That's a relatively new product in my world, but it is absolutely incredible. I've said for a long time that I love a nice, easy-to-use spray toner, and that is a beautiful, fragrance-free toner with coenzyme Q10, which there is some interesting research around. I'll link you guys some citations below. And do know that as far as the Sephora sale, The Ordinary is one of few brands that is not included, so don't feel like you have to rush and order The Ordinary products during this time frame. You can buy them at any time. You're not going to get an extra discount right now. Alright, let's move on to the next category, serums and treatments. According to Sephora, the best-selling serum is the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Serum, and you know how surprised I am by that? 0. But hear me out, because we need to have a whole conversation about serums, about choosing them, about what the heck they are, and why not everybody may need a serum. Let's start with some basics about what serum is. So serum is supposed to be your treatment step. Whether that is a serum to help you address acne, whether that's a serum to help you control your dryness, whether that's a serum to help you prevent the signs of aging. So regarding this category of serums, it's almost odd to me to think that there are hyped products in this category because a serum is such a specific product. It's something that you choose based on your needs, not based on what is most popular. But I am actually going to sit here and say, I don't disagree with this. I agree with this being the most hyped serum potentially of all time. And my reasoning for this is because I think Estee Lauder was way ahead of their time with this serum. You know, this is a serum that is based in probiotic ingredients, which we've been hearing more and more buzz around for good reason. If you are consistent with your skincare routine, if you are consistently washing your face and cleansing your skin, then you are removing both the bad and the good bacteria. So the principle of probiotics is you're putting that good bacteria back on your skin. And let's not forget that Estee Lauder was over here years ago with a fragrance-free serum, while other companies, especially 10 years ago, did have some serums that smelled very, very close to certain perfumes. So at the end of the day, while I agree with this being the best-selling serum, and I think that it does deserve the hype, my bottom line here is that doesn't mean that you need to make sure that you are using this particular serum in your skincare routine. It's still a pretty pricey serum, and it's really more, in my opinion, more of an anti-aging serum. I'm actually pretty sure that is Estee Lauder's claims with that serum. So, you know, if you're a younger person who is trying to fight acne, you don't need to run out and buy this. Buy instead something like the Inkey List's $10.99 BHA. It's going to do more for your skin because it's addressing your needs. Ooh, speaking of acne, the next category is acne treatments, and I certainly do have some hopefully very helpful information for you guys on this topic. So according to Sephora, the bestseller here is the Peace Out Acne Healing Dots. However, you need to know what these are and specifically what type of acne these are for. So these are hydrocolloids, which are essentially these little bandages that are made to suck out any of the goop inside of your pimples, which may intuitively mean to you, oh, so those are for whiteheads, and that is exactly what they are for. These are not going to do anything if you put these little dots on a deep cyst in your skin, if you put them on an angry pimple. They're just not made for that. They're made for whiteheads. Now, I personally have a completely different Holy Grail acne treatment that my subscribers will once again not be surprised to hear me bring up, and that is the Kate Somerville Eradicate. Now, the reason that this is my favorite is because I have a little bit more difficult acne on my skin. I do get the inflamed, red, angry acne. So for me, again, putting those dots on doesn't do anything for those types of pimples. For those types of pimples, it is much better for me to use this salicylic and sulfur solution, apply it overnight, and wake up to less of that redness around those angry pimples. So again, this is depending not just on whether or not you have acne, but the specific type of acne that you have. Primarily whiteheads, go for those hydrocolloids. Primarily red, angry acne, go for Eradicate. Next up is peels, which I also have a lot of thoughts on this entire category. So when we're talking about peels, there are two main categories here, AHAs and BHAs. AHAs are going to help you to resurface your skin, whereas BHA is going to help you if you deal with acne. So according to Sephora, the #1 bestseller here is The Ordinary's AHA 30% plus BHA 2%. I have that product and I am finishing it off on my feet. Whoa, that product is hyped, and whoa, it is so strong. If you have a more difficult skin type like mine, if you have slightly more reactive and sensitive skin like mine, that product, for as popular as it may be too much for you. that is a very, very high percentage of AHA in there. That is the maximum of BHA in there. So, you know, again, I see the hype. I see how this could be game changing for some people. But again, wow, with it being so strong, I think it could also really damage some moisture barriers out there. So for me, my personal favorite has been my favorite for a long time, and it is the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Peel. I have done so many trials on this channel, and it remains true that my Dr. Dennis Gross trial was still one of the best before and after results I've ever seen. And I suspect a lot of this is because these alpha beta peels do have that high percentage of BHA for acne, as well as some of that AHA for resurfacing the skin. So if you have acne, I absolutely swear to you by those Dr. Dennis Gross peels. I do not use them daily. I use them at most 2 to 3 times a week, but game changing for acne. I do have a product that I prefer specifically for the purpose of resurfacing, for more anti-aging purposes, and I gotta say it's Sunday Riley's Good Genes. I know there's a lot of drama around the Sunday Riley brand, or at least there was, but that has just been such a good product in terms of smoothing the skin, in terms of making lines look much less prominent. I think part of what makes finding the perfect peel for you so difficult is that you have to find the level of effectiveness that works for your skin, but not so effective that it gets into the territory of kind of causing harm to your skin. And both Dr. Dennis Gross as well as Sunday Riley have some very skin calming ingredients in their formulas that just kind of minimize any irritation on your skin. And that's part of what makes those, you know, more costly peels worth it depending on your needs. Moving into the category of moisturizer, the best selling here is the Drunk Elephant Protini, which is indeed a very nice moisturizer. It really is. I do like Drunk Elephant. Another brand I know has had some drama around it, but they make great products. Same with Sunday Riley. But I am going to say, earlier this year, I fell in love with the brand Biossance. If you guys saw my trial, wow, that one went well also. And I really, really love both of Biossance's moisturizers. Just kidding about not having to grab products for this video. I had to grab these guys, so I make sure I get their names correctly. You know how these products have long names on them. Anyway, in my Biossance trial, I talked about the Squalane and Probiotic Gel Moisturizer and how shocked I was that a gel moisturizer, which typically is made for oily skin, this product still worked out on my dry skin, maybe because it was the warmer months, but regardless, it was beautiful on my skin. I felt like it was locking in my moisture, keeping me from losing water through the day, and not feeling too light, not leaving me feeling like I need to go in and add oils or add a second moisturizer. So I suspect this will work actually for all skin types. And then in that video, some of you guys told me, oh my gosh, you have to try the Squalane and Omega Repair Cream, which I did, and oh my goodness, if you have dry skin, wow, is this ever gorgeous. And it's another one of those products where a little goes a long way. So it's pricey up front, but it's another one of those products where it lasts a long time. Oh my goodness, it is gorgeous. Biossance has incredible ingredients, fragrance-free formulas. I honestly think the Biossance brand is really underrated in the skincare world. I'm not actually sure why this is. But let me make sure I also mention to you guys the most recent purchase that I made, even though I haven't yet received my order. Kind of a lot going on, if you know what I mean. Anyway, the Pharmacy Honey Halo, that one looks phenomenal. The reason that I bought it is because it's got all of these very healing ingredients in a beautiful fragrance-free formula. So that one may also be worth considering. I just can't personally attest to it just yet. But you know, like I've said in other videos, if you do have a more difficult skin type and you are using multiple serums or even just one serum, don't feel like you necessarily need to splurge on your moisturizer. I would put your money into your serums in your earlier steps and save your money on your moisturizer. Nonetheless, if you don't use a serum, it may be very worth it to invest more money into a moisturizer. Okay, so what's next? We have night creams. So they're saying the Youth to the People Super Berry Mask, which Again, maybe because I have dry skin, maybe Youth to the People is just more geared towards oily skin types. I did not actually love this mask. It kind of took me a while to get through because I thought that it was just a little bit too light for my personal preferences. Could also be that I prefer a silicone-rich moisturizer specifically at night. I just talked about this two videos ago. I use the Peter Thomas Roth Hungarian Thermal Moisturizer, which is made for day or night use, as my night cream because I love how well it locks in my moisture overnight. But don't necessarily feel like you have to have a product labeled day moisturizer and a separate product labeled night moisturizer. You just have to find the products that work for you, regardless of what they're labeled. I would go with a little bit of a heavier moisturizer at night if you need it. And again, some people don't. Just use your daytime moisturizer as your night cream. Maybe even just add a little bit of oil to give you a little more moisture through the night. Done. Next up is the category of oil, and Drunk Elephant's Marula oil won this one according to the Sephora website. This one is so funny to me, and I know that my thoughts on this are kind of controversial. I will even be fair, I will play devil's advocate against myself here. I will never buy Drunk Elephant's Marula oil, even though I do love certain products from Drunk Elephant, specifically TLC Framboos, and their retinol, and their micellar water. My deal is to pay this much money for a product that is one single oil just doesn't make sense, especially when you've got brands like The Ordinary with the Marula oil for an absolute fraction of the price of Drunk Elephant's. So for me personally, I do think Marula oil is a great oil, but I would tell you just buy the one from The Ordinary. And don't feel like you need to rush either because, as I mentioned before, The Ordinary is not included in this sale. However, like I said I'm going to play devil's advocate, and some people absolutely have told me, no, for me, the Drunk Elephant Marula oil specifically has done so much more for my skin than The Ordinary. So, personal preference, personal experience, it varies wildly. As far as other oils available at Sephora, I will tell you that I've gotten into multi-ingredient oils more recently. I do see the reasons why you might want to choose one of those to target multiple needs within one product. So for me, I would have to say my favorite oil at Sephora is probably Sunday Riley's Juno oil. That's a great oil. Pricey, but again, good time to buy it in this sale. Next category is Mist and Essence, which is where I got kind of confused. Is it Mist Essence or Essences? Regardless, according to Sephora, the bestseller here is the SK2 Essence. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I think that this is a wonderful essence, but I think this one is just a little bit too pricey for me. That's a whole nother category that I really didn't address in the disclaimer of this video, but I do think that, depending on your income or how much you're comfortable spending on skincare products, this could easily be something that is either a holy grail or just not an option. But I do have a favorite essence from Sephora, and it is one that I repurchased in this sale myself because, oh my goodness, it is on sale. Was not going to miss this opportunity, and it is the Primera Miracle Seed Essence. That one is such an incredible essence. I think for all skin types on this one, it seems to really help me to keep my acne under control and yet keep my skin nice and hydrated. Retails for $58, got it for $32 in this sale, just saying. And then we have décolleté and neck products. Now, the bestseller here, according to Sephora, is the Cold Plasma Neck Cream from Dr. Perricone, which is a great product. I do think Dr. Perricone has very, very good products, but my own little personal pro tip here is that I don't really buy neck creams. Instead, I just use whatever moisturizers I have around, and specifically the ones that are a little bit more on the thick and heavy side. Oh, they are wonderful to slather all over your neck and go to bed and wake up with your skin looking really hydrated. So I guess what I'm saying with this category is that I don't necessarily think you need to buy a product labeled neck cream, just like how I said you may not need to buy a product labeled night cream. However, if you are interested, I'm not going to argue with the bestseller here. I do think that is a very good product. Let's go over the eye products next. Now, of course, before we get into this category, just like I said with night creams and like I said with neck creams, you may not need a separate eye cream, a separate eye product, but I do very much believe that some people do. You know, we've talked about this before. Milia can be an issue for some people, so you may actually need to purchase a different product, or you could be like me and just enjoy different eye products. So let's see what they have as the top selling eye cream. Oh, they have the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright eye cream. I do not like to recommend this after all the issues that I heard people have with this eye cream. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there were quite a few people who were reporting some very severe sounding allergic reactions. Now, nonetheless, I tried this and I actually loved it, and I've actually repurchased it several times, but I don't like to recommend it because I don't want you guys to have an allergic reaction from any product. Which is why I'm much more comfortable telling you about my other favorite eye cream at Sephora, and that is the Glow Recipe Retinol Eye Cream. That one is beautiful. It has such a beautiful creamy texture. I again think my dry skin is probably factoring into this, but nonetheless it is one of my absolute favorite eye creams. Oh, it is so beautiful. They also have the category of eye masks in which they're saying the Peter Thomas Roth Hydra-Gel masks here. So these are just going to be those little the funny shaped things that go under your eye. What a terrible description, Alice. What was that? They're the gels, you know, the gels that you pop on under your eyes. I haven't tried these. This is actually a product on this list that I have not tried. And do you guys know I'm going on trying 1,000 skincare products? I'm actually really excited to break that number. Probably shouldn't be. It's kind of terrifying. 1,000 skincare products, 1,000 big ones, 1,000 donuts. I'm so thankful for those of you that get my strange references. I don't think I have a recommendation over this because for me personally, my favorite is not carried at Sephora, and this may be a good product, so, you know, let me know if you guys have tried that. Let me know if it's great. I also like the Good Molecules one. So again, I guess I'm getting off the Sephora website for my own personal favorites. Let's just move on to another category. So the next category is masks, and this is the same feelings in my own mind as when I was talking about serums, where it's like, how can you have just one mask as the absolute bestseller at Sephora? People are going to use masks for different reasons. So let's see what the top seller here is. It is the Sukari, the Drunk Elephant Sukari mask. This product is a peel, and this is where it gets really dangerous. If you already bought yourself a different peel and you're adding this extremely strong peel mask to your routine, you are seriously setting yourself up for potentially harming your skin. So even though I think that that is a great peel, another good option, I would be cautious with using this and just in general buying too many AHA containing products. I feel like I only recently actually got into masks. If you guys saw my skincare techniques series, I talked about how the game-changing moment for me was when I started washing my face masks off with cleanser. That has completely changed things for me, and I now really appreciate even clay masks. But I did scroll a little bit so I could see, well, which of these masks on the Sephora website do I think is worth it? And I had to pause when I got to the Herbivore Blue Tansy mask because that one is a great mask. But again, this is my skin type coming out here. This is a mask that's going to help with clarifying the skin without being as drying as a lot of clay masks. So for me, personally, again, entirely personally, that would be my top pick for a mask at Sephora. So for the category of sheet masks, according to Sephora, the best seller is the SK2 Pitera sheet masks, which I actually haven't tried for very similar reasons to what I gave as far as why the SK2 Essence is not my favorite. They're expensive. As far as sheet masks, I kind of go back and forth on whether or not I love them, because the thing is, I do love sheet masks for my dry skin. If you have dry skin, you're probably going to love sheet masks. But I don't like how they're really not an environmentally conscious choice at all. So I'm gonna say my favorite here is the pharmacy gel masks. I do like the way that gels adhere to my skin, first of all, and I also like that they break down easier than a sheet mask. Not to mention that the price is better as a whole. Okay, the next category is facial cleansing brushes, and the Luna Mini 2 wins here. I have to agree with this. I actually really do love my Foreo. I purchased the Mini 2 years ago, and they sent me the Foreo Luna 3. I like both of them. I don't think you necessarily need to upgrade to every new one that comes out. I think, you've got the same exfoliating effects regardless of which one you purchase. I assume the 2 is the bestseller just because of how long it's been around. But yeah, I think they're great options. I do think they really help you to get in there and clean out your skin better. But at the same time, they are quite an investment, and I don't think you necessarily need to purchase it. If it's going to be, between buying a Foreo and eating for the next month, I would certainly go for eating. Let's do face sunscreen. I'm not going to go through every single category in this video, but facial sunscreen is very important. So, according to Sephora, the bestseller is the Dr. Jart Cisapair, which actually kind of surprised me. That's another product that I haven't personally tried, but I do have a favorite facial SPF at Sephora, and it is, once again, Biossance. Another big non-surprise for my subscribers, I know, but do understand that a lot of why I like this is, first of all, it buffs into the skin so beautifully because it contains a high amount of squalane. Also, because of that high amount of squalane, it leaves your skin looking so dewy. So from that word alone, those of you with oily skin are probably going, oh, so not as much for me. Probably not, but my dry skin, oh, I love that SPF. We are actually getting to the end of this video. I do want to cover lip balms because I think it is very important to keep your lips hydrated. You don't have the same oil glands in your lips. So for the category of lip balm, the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask is the bestseller at Sephora, and I am again not at all surprised. I have said my thoughts on this in other videos, and I still feel the same way. I recently tried this one again, still feel the same way. I think that it is such a good in the middle lip mask. It's not too heavy, it's not too light, it does stay on a decent amount of time without being darn near impossible to remove. Looking at you, Aratauum, the ginger lip mask, that one just doesn't come off. But I'm going to give an alternate recommendation here, and this is more for those of you who don't want to be dipping into a pot. The Kopari Lip Glossy. I love the tube packaging of that. I love the way it spreads on the lips. I love the way it leaves your lips very hydrated. Of course, it does contain coconut oil, but ooh, I love that one. They also have a category for lip SPF, and they have the Fresh Sugar Lip Balm on this one, and I have to agree. My bangs are really getting in my eyes for this video. I'm sorry if it's distracting. My bangs? Mine? That's a little relative, isn't it? The fresh lip balms are funny though, because I know a lot of people don't like them, and I think the reason some people don't like them is the reason why I do like them, and that's that you get a lot of product every swipe on your lips. They're very thick and kind of slightly goopy, but I like that aspect. And we're basically to the end of this video, but I want to include just a couple more notes here. So the best-selling gift set at Sephora is the Drunk Elephant, the Trunk 4.0. And I agree with this. I think if you are a huge Drunk Elephant fan, and I don't blame you if you are because the brand is excellent, this is definitely the best deal of the year, and to be able to stack the discount on top of it, best way to do it. That suitcase this year really does look adorable too. Bestseller in supplements is the Hum Let It Grow set, which kind of surprised me as I think this is a little bit of a newer release, but it's a great product. I'm always really hesitant on talking about hair supplements because I think that the expectation versus reality can be a little tricky here. They're never going to change your hair, but they can help you to restore your own healthy growth. And I can't deny that Hum does a very good job formulating pretty much everything I've seen from them. I've been very happy with the brand. We have a category called Holistic Wellness, which I am over here going, what exactly is that? But apparently the bestseller here is the Slip Silk pillowcase, and I'm going to agree because of how much I absolutely love my silk pillowcase. I love my silk pillowcases so much. They are cooling to the touch. You don't wake up with those lines in your face. They're better for your hair. They're absolutely amazing. A bit of an investment, but in my opinion, worth it. And then the final category for this entire video, facial rollers. Now for this one, they have the Herbivore Jade Roller, and I'm gonna have to tell you guys something on this one. I have not one, but two facial rollers. I have a rose quartz one and I have a jade one, and I loved them for a long time. But once I got the Foreo UFO, I stopped using them because the UFO gives me everything I enjoyed from those rollers in it. A lot of you guys have asked me for my updates on the Foreo UFO since I did that video a while ago. I absolutely still swear by the UFO and I use it frequently. I actually really would like to see some more research come out on home devices because for me, I feel like I really see results with that. Not to mention that because it's a device that you roll across your skin, it helps to push your skincare products into your skin more. Hence why I've stopped using my facial rollers. So definitely know that in my opinion, you don't need to have multiple different products within a category, just pick one, and if you don't have the budget for the Foreo UFO, get yourself a facial roller if you are going to enjoy using it. I definitely am hesitant of a lot of the claims around those, but for me, they're just enjoyable to use. It's a great way to end my routine, and I do feel that it helps to spread the product on my skin. And that is it. We have come to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do want to help support this channel, again, please do consider clicking through my links in the description box below. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a like and hit subscribe, and I will see you all next time.